This documentary exposes the hidden truth behind luxury fashion, revealing that many high-end products are made in the same Chinese factories as budget items. It challenges perceptions of prestige, highlighting how branding, not craftsmanship, drives prices, prompting consumers to rethink what luxury truly means in today's global economy.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury...
Welcome to True Crime OCS, where we dive deep into chilling real-life mysteries, unsolved cases, and the darkest corners of true crime. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more gripping stories and in-depth investigations.
They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing.
Luxury. It's a word that conjures images of elegance, prestige, and refined taste. For decades, global fashion houses like Chanel, Prada, Gucci, and Lululemon have sold not just clothing or accessories, but a lifestyle. Consumers have willingly spent hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars to own a piece of that dream. But what if that dream is a carefully constructed illusion? In recent months, a growing number of Chinese manufacturers have begun to pull back the curtain, revealing the raw truth behind what many of us believe we're buying. Their message is simple but shocking. The high-end designer goods we pay a premium for are often made in the very same factories producing budget and mid-tier items right in the heart of China. For years, consumers have associated luxury with European craftsmanship. Made in Italy, Parisian elegance, British tailoring. Labels alone have had the power to elevate a $20 0-cents product into a $2,000 0-cent status symbol. But insiders from Chinese OEM, original equipment manufacturer factories, are now documenting, often via social media, that many designer items aren't born in quaint European workshops at all. Instead, they're produced in industrial zones in Yiwu, Guangdong, and other parts of China. According to whistleblowers, over 80% of Gucci's goods and 60% of Prada's merchandise are made in China. Once manufactured, these items are sent to Europe, where finishing touches like brand tags or packaging are applied. From there, they're shipped globally, advertised as European-made, and sold at sky-high prices. This isn't a matter of counterfeit goods or illegal operations. These are authorized, contracted factories producing items on behalf of the world's most well-known brands. The materials used, the construction methods applied, and the designs followed are all legitimate. The only real value add is the prestige of the brand name slapped on at the end. Let's talk specifics. Lululemon, a beloved activewear brand known for its premium yoga leggings, sells many of its bestsellers at prices between $98 0-cents and $130 0-cents. But behind the glossy store displays and wellness branding lies a harsh reality. Those same leggings, made from identical materials and patterns, are produced in factories where the production cost per piece is between $5 and $15. And these aren't just similar knockoffs. They're the exact same leggings, sewn with the same stitching machines, by the same workers, using the same imported materials. The only difference? A small logo, heat-pressed near the waistband, and the environment in which they're sold. This startling markup isn't exclusive to Lululemon. Many other athletic and luxury fashion brands operate in the same fashion. Low-cost manufacturing, high-end branding, massive profits. The tipping point for this exposure came via platforms like TikTok and Xiaohongshu, China's version of Instagram, where factory workers and OEM manufacturers began showcasing their production lines and discussing their contracts with international brands. These videos have racked up millions of views across the UK, US, and other Western markets. In one viral clip, a factory manager walks through rows of machines producing leggings identical to those sold by Lululemon, explaining that the same facility also manufactures for lesser-known brands, Another video features Chinese staff packaging luxury accessories destined for major Western fashion houses, some of them producing for more than one competing brand in the same facility. This digital transparency, once unimaginable due to strict NDAs and brand secrecy, is now catching global attention. Whether due to trade tensions, expired contracts, or simply fed-up workers tired of being the silent backbone of fashion's elite empire, these insiders are speaking up, and consumers are listening. So how did we get here? Why are these brands allowed to charge such exorbitant prices for products that cost so little to make? The answer lies in the branding ecosystem and the illusion of scarcity. Luxury labels spend millions every year on marketing campaigns, celebrity endorsements, fashion week events, influencer collaborations, and store aesthetics, all designed to reinforce a feeling of exclusivity and superiority. When consumers walk into a sleek boutique in Paris or Beverly Hills, they're not just buying a handbag. They're buying into a narrative, but behind that narrative is an economic model that thrives on wage disparity, supply chain secrecy, and hyper-globalization. The majority of Chinese factory workers earn significantly less than their Western counterparts. While labor conditions have improved in many regions, the gap in pay remains massive. Brands leverage this by outsourcing everything from cutting and stitching to embroidery and labeling, maximizing profit margins while minimizing transparency. A pair of $900 designer sunglasses, they may cost $12 to produce. A $2,500 designer purse, it might have been stitched together by workers earning $3 per hour using materials that cost less than $50 total. Once packaged and shipped, the luxury tax is simply a psychological game. Even premium eyewear, fragrances, and skincare accessories tied to brands like Estee Lauder have been implicated. It seems no sector is immune. The fashion world is on the verge of a major shift. Whether it turns into a full-blown reckoning depends on how consumers react. If enough people start questioning the origin of their purchases, demanding greater transparency, and choosing to support ethical and direct-to-factory models, it could force the industry to reform. On the flip side, luxury may double down, rebranding exclusivity even harder to protect their margins. Already, some fashion houses are moving production further into Europe or investing in micro-factories to reclaim the made-in label. Others are relying on aggressive PR to combat the growing distrust. But with the internet acting as the great equalizer, maintaining secrecy is harder than ever. This isn't just a story about yoga pants or sunglasses. It's a story about power, perception, and the truth behind the price tag. As more Chinese factories come forward and global consumers gain access to once hidden information, the question becomes, how long can the illusion last? And when it finally shatters, what will luxury look like in a world that no longer believes the lie?